All right, coming back for the fifth one of our hitting videos, talking about the mechanics. I said there were basically 5 points we're going to go over. So let's recap. Number 1 is our stance. We talked about that. Number 2 is going to be the load up. Stride hands go back into a balanced position. Number 3 is how we start the swing, what's initiating the movement, and that's going to be thinking about turning towards our target. Load it up, turning towards our target with our core, and then we add the other pieces along the way. What we just talked about in the 4th video was getting extension after we made contact, extending through the ball, and the only time in which both of our arms are going to be straight throughout the swing, and the bat's going to be basically pointing right towards the pitcher, maybe a little to each side, but mostly towards the pitcher. That's number 4. Number 5, from that point, is going to be our follow-through. Okay, finishing the swing. Now that's going to look a little different. I've mentioned in other videos, the 2 points of these, the 2 points that are going to be different for everybody is going to be the stance. Some people are going to be simple, some are going to be a little more animated, some will be a little more unorthodox. Maybe you're comfortable here. And then the follow-through is going to be different for everybody. Some may finish traditionally with 2 hands, like I used to do. I used to finish with 2 hands. Some may finish with 1 hand. Some may finish kind of cut off. Some may finish really long. To me, that doesn't really matter. As long as we hit those 3 points in the middle, which are the load, getting to contact the right way, and getting through extension. Once we get to that point, the ball is gone. We've gone through the ball all the way, and you finish your swing from there however you feel most comfortable. But as long as you finish after you've gotten to number 4, after you've gotten all the way through the baseball. Now the finish, if we want to practice something here in our finish, it should be comfortable, but it also should be under control. So you don't want to be finishing so wild that you're all over the place and you can't even stand on your 2 feet. I used to be like that when I was younger and when I was in high school. I used to swing so hard that I hit myself in the back because I finished kind of low, and I would end up stepping over the plate after I was done. I got to college and they said, look, if you were to throw a baseball, would you want to throw balanced? Do you think you'd throw it better balanced, or would you throw it better falling over? And it kind of made sense. So I took an entire off season my freshman year to work on finishing. And my coach had me hold the finish for at least a second or 2 before I was allowed to take my next swing. So I would get in there, I would take my swing, and I'd have to hold it before I can start the next swing, before I can reload. Now sometimes if we're taking batting practice, we feel like what gets us to keep us balanced is we swing and we bring it right back. Oh, I'm balanced, I didn't fall over. Well, think about in a game, we're not reloading for the next swing. We're taking 1 swing at a time. So for that 1 swing, after we get through extension, get to here, get to extension, finish however you feel comfortable, 1 hand, 2 high or low, but be able to finish balanced. We load up balanced, we start balanced in our stance, we load up balanced, we're balanced throughout the swing, we're not falling over, and we can finish balanced. We can stand on our 2 feet once we're done and know that we've completed the swing athletically to the best of our ability, and we can be under control. Now, once we've figured out how to do that, we can turn up the volume a little bit, turn up the intensity, and see how hard we can swing, or how much energy or how much more we can give to the swing, doing all of these things correctly and still being under control and balanced. So I hope that makes sense. This is probably the easiest of the videos because the ball's already gone. We've done the hard part of getting the barrel of the bat onto the baseball. Hardest thing to do in sports. I know Ted Williams said that. If you don't know who Ted Williams is, please look him up. One of the best baseball players of all time. One of the best pure hitters of all time. A great book, too, if you want to read it. The Science of Hitting. I read that many times. Took notes, all these things. But I say that to say we've done the difficult part. Now it's just finishing. We got to extension, finish. Make sure the swing is finished, finish balanced, and then bring it back. We get so accustomed to put the ball on again, next swing, next swing, next swing, and getting 10 swings in a short amount of time. Take your time. Because in that game, in that at-bat, you might only get 1 swing. You want it to be the best swing that you have. So you've probably heard this before. We want quality over quantity. I'd rather you take 25 really good swings than 50 not so good swings. So let's make sure we're going through all of those points, all the way from the stance to the follow through, under control, balanced, and once we've done that, then we turn up the intensity and see how aggressively we can go at that baseball by still do all of those things correctly.